Welcome back to the Cowboys Fan Show. Now, in this one, let's have a look ahead to our matchup this week against Cleveland. Dallas is heading to the Dog Pound as an 8-point road favorite. Cleveland are 0-8 this season, having not won a game. They got real close this week against the Jets. They were winning at halftime. It was like 20-3, and somehow Ryan Fitzpatrick wills his guys back for a win. But let's get your keys to the game, Scott.
Keys to the game, well, I don't think it's somehow Ryan Fitzpatrick willed his team back from that. This defense is terrible in Cleveland. I mean, I think they're going to be easy to score on. They're the second worst rushing defense in the league. They're giving up more yards than anybody else. They're giving up over 400 yards a game on average, and that's through 8 weeks of the season. And I don't think they've gone up against some decent competition, but let's face it, not really. Everybody's running the ball on these guys. Everybody. We're running the ball on guys like Green Bay and New York and Philly. I mean, we considered this a tough game. We weren't really running the ball, and we couldn't get it going. And Zeke had 96 yards, man. I mean, 4 more yards. He's another 100-yard rushing game. And yeah, on Cleveland, I think we're going to steamroll them, to be completely honest with you. If key number one, just run the ball. That's all we have to do. Just
run the ball. Scott's only giving you one key. I'm going to give you my key to beating Cleveland. Just show up and put the pads on. I mean, I don't want to, be disrespectful to Cleveland, but the 0-8 record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You went. They've had how many starting quarterbacks this year? 4,
yeah,
5?
A lot of injury concerns. This is a team that, I mean, they're fighting, man, and God bless them. And nothing against Cleveland, and I'm with that, is I actually like this team. I like the coach.
Yeah.
I really feel for him. I thought that RG3, I thought it was possible that he actually did have a comeback year. And he did play in our division, and he was supposed to be something really good, and he's a good kid. And so I was actually kind of rooting for these guys preseason. I mean, not to do anything particular, but to go 0-8, it's just kind of hard to watch. But I'm with you. Just show up. I mean, third key, I'd say don't turn the ball over. I mean, unless we turn this ball over 6 times, there's no way that we lose this. They're not going to be able to score enough points because we're going to run all over these guys. I think that our offense is going to be able to do whatever they want to do to this team.
Yeah, and also another side note, it was stated by Jerry Jones after the Philadelphia game, Dak Prescott is going to start against Cleveland. Tony Romo, Scott, still not healthy.
Still not healthy.
Not healthy.
So there's still not a quarterback controversy in Dallas. There's no decisions been made. This is still Tony Romo's team. We're still talking about, the same way we've been talking forever and a day is it's the best decision that this team could make for the health of Tony Romo. The Dak Prescott starts in Cleveland. So we're going to see how that goes.
So as we said, Dallas, a road favorite in this one, -8. How do you feel about taking the 8 points on the road? I'd take it, no question.
Honestly, they could be 12-point spread, and I'd still take Dallas. Like I said, I think that with the level of competition that we've been playing against and the things that we've been able to do against them, this defense is they're gonna learn some things from us this week.
And you said this may be a good game for Tony Romo to come back in, sort of a confidence booster per se, kind of like how Ohio State and Alabama play those little schools in their first week, get those big 60-point wins. I think this would have been a good time for Tony to come back, especially being that we do have Pittsburgh coming up next week. Their defense is traditionally really, really good. So let's see when Romo comes back. I thought this would be the week, if any.
Yeah, I agree. Just because of the fact that their run defense is so terrible. It's I mean, you put him in, you get him. I mean, you just see how he is. I don't think we have to worry about a loss in this one. So I mean, even if Romo's a little rusty, that's fine. He's going to be back there handing the ball to Zeke anyway. So I don't think he's going to be taking any hits against this D-line. I thought it would have been a phenomenal game for him to do. But, I mean, we don't know what's going on if, I mean, maybe the team doctors really are saying, hey, let's sit him. And who knows? Let's face it, it's in all of our minds. Everybody's thinking maybe there's a chance Romo's actually healthy, and they just don't want to say, hey, this is Dak's team now, and start some crazy media uproar or whatnot. I mean, it's a possibility. Maybe Romo is a good go, and they just want to keep riding with Dak, and they're just feeding us what we need to hear. But if he was going to come back against any team, this would have been the team too. So that makes me think that maybe he really isn't all that healthy. And so the doctors know better than we do, Tyler, right?
True. We got to go to commercial break. We'll be right back with our Game Ball MVPs and predictions for our game against Cleveland. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Cowboys Fan Show.